So they're preparing the live stream. Okay, awesome. So I am live over at YouTube. Let me mute that. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our workshop today. I am just going to hit record and we are going to start. Okay, awesome. All right. So thank you all so much for tuning into this workshop today. Thank you for taking your time out on your holiday, but we know that this is an important class. We are heading into 2025. I'm not sure how 2024 has been for you, but for me, it has been a real testing, trying year. So many changes, so many things that I have had to create, to add, to shift. And generating ideas has helped me through it all. So if you don't know, last year around this time, September, I would have resigned from my job. I went on to work until the end of November. And so in December, I started planning, my budget and everything for 2025. I don't have my book with me. It's at home, but I used Tiffany Alice's book, Get Good with Money. It's like a Bible for me, as well as her new book that talks about budgeting, right? And so when I started that budget, the first part of that budget, it says, what is your income? So you have to start from your income and everything flows from there. And when I started, I did not have anything to put in the income because I quit my job. Yes, we have a family business, but I don't really take a salary from that business. Don't ask, but that's what it was. That has since changed. Since I quit my job, that has since changed. I now take a salary from the family business, right? So at that time, I didn't have an income and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Jan says she's not hearing anyone is, oh, that was from earlier, right? Sorry. Yes. So I said, you know what, I need to generate an income. And how was I going to do that? While I was working my 9 to 5, I was treating my family business as my side hustle. And now that it became my main hustle, there is my US registered business that I really wasn't not focusing on. I had very little time to really focus on that, but I knew what I had to do in that business. And so I said, okay, let me try, because I always like to test things out. And I also always like to reaffirm things. And I said, okay, let me try to focus on that business. And I started generating ideas on how I can replace my income with that particular business. Now, I had a whole lot of work to do to structure the family business. And so those were my two priorities. And also with the family business, my husband and I had to also on that side generate ideas to make the business better. So we have two businesses with the family. We have a concierge service where we do villa and condo rentals. So that's like a tourism business. And then we have a procurement business. Now, my business in the US, that's also a procurement business, but that needs a separate focus. And so that's what I said, okay, I'm going to be focusing on those two businesses. Now, I had to generate ideas on how I was going to make money and also to expand that. And so that's what I'm going to be going through with you all today. I'm going to put again in the chat for those of you who may have come in late. This is a link to the Google Drive. And I'm going to go over to YouTube if I can see over there. If I can see over there in the chat over there. Yes, right. Yes, I could see over there a link to a downloadable workbook that's going to help us work through today. Okay, so if you are here, say hi, let me know if you are excited for today. And I'm going to share my screen so that we can get right into it. Okay, share my screen. And I am going to go to my presentation for today. Okay. All right. So it seems I can't share my screen if I am on YouTube, which is going to be defeating the purpose. So what I'm going to do, I am going to stop the YouTube and I'm going to stop the YouTube and I would upload it to YouTube after. Okay, so for my YouTube people, I'm going to be seeing you in a bit. I'm going to upload it after. Okay. Okay. So let me just pause, or let me just take it off and hope that it stays up. All right, so let me see if I can share my screen now. Okay, awesome. Okay. All right, so I believe
I was seeing your screen just now when you shared it, but I don't know if it wasn't sharing to the YouTube. I don't know.
Okay, are you seeing the workshop now? Can you let me know?
Yes, I'm seeing it now too.
Okay, you are seeing, what are you seeing in front of you?
I'm seeing the big picture that says ideas, and I'm also seeing the Canva frame. So I'm seeing the canva.com on top and
On
the
top.
icons and everything.
Okay, okay. All right, so let me do this. I'm going to share my entire screen. Show sound. Okay. Okay, I'm hoping that you can see my present. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the workbook with you guys as well. All right, so look out for the workbook as well. I'll share the link to the workbook. All right, so let's proceed. All right, so welcome to the Ideas Workshop. This is where we are going to be unlocking our minds and we are going to be generating ideas to boost our income streams. And I am so excited to be sharing this space with you today because I know the importance of finding new ways to fuel your dreams and also to grow your income. And this is especially as women entrepreneurs and as mom entrepreneurs, you know, we have to take care of so much. Sometimes it could cloud our ideas. And today we are going to share practical steps that you can use to unlock your creative potential and also to generate real and actionable ideas that will increase our income streams. And we are going to be doing that without the burnout, right? You have made such a powerful choice to take your time off to be here with me today. I want to give you so much value. All right. And we want to get right into it. And I hope that you leave here with clear ideas, tools, and a plan on how you can start making things happen. So, welcome to the workshop. Unlock your mind, generate ideas to boost your income streams. Now, how I got here. I just went over the story of, not having an income at the beginning of 2024. So those of you who are on here, I want to submit to you that, and maybe one or maybe two, maybe one of you may know, since January 2024, I had like zero income. By the end of January 2024, I had one 3-year contract under my belt within 1 month. And then within 2 months after that, I had 3 additional contracts under my belt. And now we are in the 9th month. And what I want to submit to you, those of you who are in this space, safe space, I am now, and it may sound unbelievable, but I want you to believe me. I always have receipts, I have proof that I now have 15, 3-year contracts under my belt, because I have remained consistent, and now I have the flow. I used the idea that I created, focused on that idea, went through these steps, and now have replaced my income that I used to have at my past corporate job. So now, especially through this workshop, I'm going to be working with you, and you are going to see what is my goal through this ideas workshop, and we are going to be working together to achieve that goal, each additional goal. All right, so that's a bit of my story. We want to get right into it. What are the steps? All right, how do you unlock your mind? How do you generate ideas? How do you boost your income streams? We are going to be getting straight into it. Now, step 1, we are talking about the power of unlocking your mind. And I want to submit to you, you have what it takes to create. Some of us, yes, we call ourselves creatives. Some of us say, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm not a creative. We are all creative. We are women. We were designed to create, all right? And I want to talk about something that often holds us back, and that is our own mindset. We tell ourselves things. We think that we cannot create sometimes. We think that, oh my gosh, I have a block, I can't create, or I'm not creative. Our own mindset oftentimes holds us back. And when it comes to generating ideas, I want you to realize that your first hurdle, it is not creativity. It is your mental barrier. Your mental barrier would hold you back. And sometimes we are often stuck in our old ways of thinking, right? Yes, Cassia said she's dealing with that right now. Take it one step at a time. And that's what we are doing today. We are at step 1. You are in the right place. Sometimes we might say, okay, I don't have time. I'm not the creative type. But the truth is, unlocking our mind really starts with believing that we are capable of new ideas, and that we should give ourselves permission to at least explore those ideas. All right, and I want to start off with a quick an exercise. All right, and I want you to close your eyes and ask yourself this question. what is one problem in my business or in my life that I have not yet solved because I am too comfortable with the status quo? Powerful question indeed, because comfort, that word comfort, I was comfortable at my day job, like really comfortable. I did not extend myself for my business because I was comfortable at my job, drawing a comfortable salary, going to work comfortably, taking my vacation comfortably, doing what I had to do comfortably. That comfort was like ripped, when I tell you ripped from beneath me, because I was in the status quo. I was comfortable. And there were so many things that were holding my business back because I was comfortable. So what is one problem in my business or life that I have not yet solved because I'm too comfortable with the status quo? I was comfortable just receiving my day job salary and nothing from my business. How is that even, why was that even an option? All right. So that's why when I was left with no corporate job, I had to figure out how to get this income for this business. And that was my step one. And I did that. And now I am on to step one again, where, yes, I have replaced my income. And now I need to figure out how to double that. And I want to double my income. It's time. It's almost 1 year since leaving my job. And I'm saying, okay, now it is time to double that. All right. So that is the problem that I want to solve. All right. I need to double my income. It is time. So what about you? What have you thought about? If you feel that you want to put it in the chat, you can put it in the chat. It's your choice. If not, you can use the workbook that I would have shared. Download the workbook when you get a chance. And you could write on that. You could write in your notebook or your journal. What is that one problem that you are using these ideas to solve? All right. For me, that would be doubling my income. All right. And so let's move on to step 2. We have to recognize the power of those ideas and where do we start? So now that we have identified a problem, all right, you might identify that problem within this class or anytime after, you might identify that problem. Let's talk about where we are going to start with this idea generation. And there are a few unique things or strategies that I have used personally, and I've seen incredible success with it. All right. And so we want to say, where are we going to start? Identifying our creative constraints. Now, sometimes we give ourselves no boundaries. And sometimes it is very important to give ourselves boundaries so that we can spark innovation. Remember that word comfort and being comfortable before that I would have said? Yes, that word needs to be removed. And we need to give ourselves boundaries. All right, that will spark innovation. So for example, if I say to you, I want to add a new income stream, or I just said to you, I want to double my income, and I want to do that before the end of the year. Before the end of the year, it's not that it's not realistic, but I want to be able to give myself time. So I would say, okay, within the next 6 months, I want to double my income stream. Simple as that. One action, one step. One action, one step. All right, don't go down a list of 5 things. Today, we are dealing with one thing and we are moving one at a time. All right, I want to double my income stream and I want to do that in 6 months. All right, and so now my brain is going to start working to find ideas that will fit that 6-month period. You might say, okay, I want to add a new income stream, but I can only spend 2 hours a week on that, on working on that new income stream. And so your brain is going to start molding itself, shaping itself to say, okay, 2 hours a week, I have to work on this new income stream. And you would see how when you put that timeline, when you put that creative constraint in, that you are going to start moving. Your brain starts to find ideas with it to fit within that constraint. All right. And so I had an example here. What if I could only spend $50 and $5 on this idea? Okay, your brain starts working. So I want you to write that sentence within your workbook, set that boundary, set that constraint. And let's see how it will work. Yes, I'm going to put the link to the workbook again for those of you who are asking. All right. The next step in this power of idea creation point is to borrow ideas. Like, we don't know it all. We would never know it all. And so I want you to look at your niche. And I also want you to look at other industries and see what works best for them. Take a few minutes, do some research. This is what needs to be done to help generate these ideas. All right. And borrowing ideas is one of the most powerful ways that you could generate fresh ideas, to find ideas that are outside of your niche, right? So for instance, let's say you run an e-commerce business, right? What are hospitality businesses? What are entertainment businesses? These are the ones that are outside of your niche. What are they doing to diversify, to generate ideas? What are they doing to come up with unique ways to bring new clients, to do something different, right? What are they doing? What are persons within your own niche doing? That's where you go, not to copy, please, not to copy what they are doing, but to get ideas from. People know with the very words that you say when you are copying. We are social media persons now. We see things on a daily basis. We know when, oh, I've heard that somewhere before. And you oftentimes know where you've heard that before. But you are using what they are doing to generate ideas for your own business, not to copy what they are doing. So figure out what works well. What works well. For me, so you know that I've entered the event space now for now 3-4 years. And so I look, because I want my event to always be up a notch and to be relevant and to be innovative, I have my gaze. I look to see what other persons are doing in their event, what other women are doing in their event, so that I can have ideas, not to copy, but to have ideas in my own way for my events. All right. And that is a great place to generate ideas for your business. All right. So see what you could apply to your own business. And next thing that you could do is reverse brainstorming. So what is this? This is looking at your niche and other industries and actually seeing like, okay, how could I make this problem even worse? All right. So that's what we might be thinking, because that's what I was thinking when I realized I had no income. I was like, okay, Kelisha, you have really done it now. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going? How can this be worse? All right. And this is a really, I don't want you to think of it as a daunting thing, but make it as a fun thing. Like, how could I really make this even worse? Instead of asking yourself, okay, how can I solve this problem? Ask, how could I make this problem even worse? And this trick actually helps you to unlock that creativity, because all of the things that you are saying that you are going to, that can make this worse, you are now going to flip it, right? And turn that sentence or that statement into something that is the opposite. And that would kind of reverse engineer your brain to think, okay, this is the solution to this problem. So you are identifying the problems, and now you can flip it to give the solution. So once you have some bad solutions, you can reverse them into innovative ideas that can really actually work. So I took my bad situation of not having an income and saying, okay, I have to get an income. And then I started looking at the ways on how to do that. All right. So let me know if this is clear to you so far. So we're moving on to step 3, which is generating income through diversification. We are looking at ways of generating more income. The definition of diversification is, in the context of a business, right? It's the process of a business enlarging, and I love that word, enlarging, or varying its range of products or field of operation. For example, the company is benefiting from geographical diversification. And so I want you to identify the type of diversification that your business, your life, your whatever you have going on, look at the type of diversification that you need, right? And I want to go into some ways of how you can identify how you can go about that diversification. So let's look at that. So you can productize your knowledge. Everybody says yes. Products, or diversification. Productizing your knowledge really is something that works. No matter how many people say it, it does work. And looking at your skills, what you do naturally, all right, that may be your business now. But I want you to take it a step further and to go now and look at that and say, okay, what can I create that is a product from this skill? Now, this product can be digital. It could also be physical. So for the digital products, whatever skill you have, let me know in the comments, what are your skills, right? Could you create a course from your skill? I believe each and every one of us in here can create a course or a workshop from our skill. Each and every one of you that is on here today can do that. And I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to at least create one thing from this list. Now, I'm not talking about the physical right now. Let's start with the digital, okay? Can you create a digital course or a workshop from your skill? You have your phone, you have your computer, you have so many apps that you can use to record yourself. It does not have to be perfect in the beginning, does not have to be. You grow as you go along, okay? Can you create a course or a workshop? Can you create a workbook? The workbook that I gave to you today, simple example, something that you can work along with, share with your audience, your community, your customers, your clients. Can you create a PDF guide? We have so many tools that can help us if we don't have the time or the energy or even the thought at the moment to get it done. There are so many resources out there. Can you create a workshop? All of this is productizing your knowledge. You are brilliant, you are beautiful, you are smart. You have what it takes to create at least one of these things before the end of the year and to get it out there. As long as you start, it is so much easier to continue, all right? When you advance, when you grow, you can move to physical products. You could create merch, right? You can create a book, a physical book, or a workbook. My ultimate mompreneur planner, this that you see here, it came from an idea. It came from productizing my knowledge. Everything, those of you who have the planner, every line, everything that you see in here was generated from an idea and working through almost these same steps that we are doing right now. Productize your knowledge. See, that's me there. All of this, it's about me, and it could be about you. All right. If you look at the workbook as well that you got today, all of that, productizing your knowledge, right? You could even create an event or a retreat. These are advanced products. But for now, I want to start where we can and where we are. All right, think about what you do naturally. Maybe you organize schedules so well that you could create a schedule, could create how to create a schedule, all of that. Maybe you balance books. Maybe you craft social media posts and design stuff really, really well. Productize your knowledge. You can turn that digital product into all of these things that we have listed here. All right. Another favorite word of mine is collaboration. We are talking about generating income through diversification, collaboration. Who can I partner with? Who is in a complementary niche to my business? If you see me, most times you see me, I love collaborating. I love bringing people on. I love sharing. I love sharing the skills and the talents of others. I love doing that, and it has helped me. That has been one of the most single things that has helped me move forward so much faster because I collaborate so often. Partner with companies that are in your niche. Partner with other moms or other women who are in business who offer complementary services to you. For example, if you are a life coach, right, you can partner with a health company because it is a complementary service to you, or a meal prep service, right? And then you in turn can earn commissions or be an affiliate for that company. It works for both ways. Everybody wins when you collaborate. Everybody wins. And I know in this 2024, we do not have competition. I know in 2024, we are not trying to get over on other women. I know in 2024, we share our knowledge and we come together for the good of those who are our customers, our clients, those who we say we serve. I know in 2024, collaboration is key to you and your business. All right, so let's keep that in mind. You could also create a subscription model with recurring revenue. How can I get paid long term? Now, I shared with you guys, and that was part of my strategy. I did not want to do one-off contracts because of my situation, because I am full-time entrepreneurship. I don't want the hassle of constantly going out for contracts, right? I want recurring revenue, all right? What I have been able to do was to generate true passive income because the model that I went with, I have 3-year long-term contracts, all right? Some of them are on an as-needed basis, but the point is, and the fact is that it is ongoing for 3 years, and it has been going well so far, all right? So look at a subscription model and you have to look at it in the context of your own profession. Sometimes you have to, like, let's say you are a designer, a web designer, graphic, that subscription can be in the form of retainer fees for your clients. So they pay you on a monthly basis. You provide services to them that they need. Same thing as what I'm doing on an as-needed basis throughout that month. That is a subscription model. When I get my website up properly with my members area, that is also going to be a subscription model. So some training, some courses, some people that I want to bring in for you to get access to that in the future, you would have to be subscribed to that, that model, right? Ongoing, recurring revenue is the word. Recurring revenue. Think about your niche. How can you generate recurring revenue from your business? Think about that. Remember, all of this is helping you to generate those ideas. How can I get recurring revenue from my business that it takes away that time for me constantly going out for business? Constantly going out. Right now, at this point, I don't have to constantly go out. Right now, the people that I work with, they reach out to me to add to what I'm already doing. Why? Because it's a recurring revenue and they know that I can get that thing done for them. All right? So think about subscription models, memberships, all of that. How can you generate recurring revenue? Ideas. We are generating ideas. We are not solving that problem today. We are thinking, okay, getting your mind going. All right. Possibly in the future, we would have another workshop where we would be doing that. Okay. Step 4, part 4, last part, building your idea generation toolkit. All right, how can I keep my idea machine running? Sometimes we get brain fog. Typical part of my life, right? I'm starting to get gray hairs. Life is moving along, all right? It's not just to say, okay, it's not enough to say, all right, I have ideas, yes, but you need a toolkit that will keep this idea machine, your brain that never stops, right? To keep it running. And I want to show you 3 ways that you can, it will ease your mind and get what you have out of your mind quickly so that you could get it out of your mind and move it forward, all right? First thing, mind mapping. Mind mapping is an excellent tool that you can use to get things out of your brain onto paper and also to use your creativity to do that. All right. So if you look at the diagram, the illustration here, mind mapping helps you with your creativity. It brings out ideas, innovation, all of your thoughts, right? It also helps you plan, helps you create your projects. It helps you sort out your goals and to create strategies that you are thinking about. The main benefits of mind mapping is that it helps you to easily memorize what you are going to do. It is simple, it is fast, it is fun, and it also gives an overview of your next steps, right? Here this word is again, collaboration. Collaboration, you cannot mind map. I think mind mapping is almost impossible on your own. It's like telling yourself, okay, yes, this business idea I have is a great idea. I'm going to act on that. Most times it almost never does work because what you think is the next best thing, sometimes when you really think about it, it might give you more problems than being a great idea, right? So collaboration. It generates teamwork because you have to reach out to others, sharing your idea, sharing it, and also helps you to share those ideas with your colleagues as well. And it also boosts your productivity because you'll be more efficient and more intuitive. I saw this example of a mind map online. And if you want me to share it with you, I can share it with you. Again, this is such an excellent mind map on a new idea, on how to create ideas for your business. This is in the context of how you expose your business. So this is a mind map on how you get your business out there. And I think each one of us should take a snap or a copy of this and use this, because I need this even for my tourism business, like right now. This mind map helps you to look at all the ideas that you create in these different areas. So let's take, for example, marketing, right? Ideas on how to do research, how to do reports, how to do direct mail, quotes, right? Quotations, free. What is that? Okay, I'm not sure what word that is, right? But let's go to your message. What is your elevator pitch, right? How can you create that? What is that cause for your business, right? What should you write? What is your copywriting? Books that you could get, write or read, right? Articles that you should be looking at, editorials that you can create, blogging that you can do, all about your business. Let's go to media, print, internet, SMS, all of these things that you can implement and generate ideas for that can help get your business out there. I love this illustration because it does more than half of the work for you. It has brought out all of the branches, and now you continue spreading those branches. Think of a family tree, spreading those branches with ideas. So you see, it can start off with just, this is your main idea, and then it branches out into other ideas, okay? So I think I'll do a mind mapping. We could do a mind mapping power hour sometime before the end of the year, so that we can get these ideas boosting out, right? So I might have that as maybe a little sub power hour with you guys. If you would like to do that, we could do a mind mapping. We go over each other's and say, okay, yes, we are on the right track, right? Another way that you can generate your ideas is by carrying with you your idea, a journal. All right, a journal or a notebook. You could take that with you everywhere. Write down your random thoughts, problems, solutions as they come to mind. Okay, I like to write. I have two books. I have my planner, and then I also have this workbook that is a bit more scrap. Like, this book is almost finished. All of this is like, you can see, yeah, so many things in here in this notebook here. So I have two of them. I have my journal where it's more structured and neat and pretty. Most things I transfer over from that journal into here. All right. So you could have that with you. You can have one that you could carry in your pocketbook if you wish. And also feedback loops. Remember, I was talking about collaboration, all right? Talk to your customers, talk to your community, ask what are their biggest pain points. When they tell you their pain points, you use that to generate solutions. Some of the best ideas come from pain points, right? Remember that reverse engineering that we did earlier, the reverse brainstorming? Yes. So it's something like that. Get feedback and you create a solution from the problem. So it has almost been an hour, like, already. I can't even believe it. So I want to ask you, we are going to be creating an action plan, right? What was the one idea that you will commit to pursuing right now? The one thing, the one idea. What was the first step you need to take to move that idea forward? And who can hold you accountable as you work on this idea? Think on these three things. If you get to the workbook, it's going to have all the space for you to write this down, or you can write it down in your workbook, all right? So that's what I have for you today. That's what I have for you today. I am going to open the floor for any questions that you may have. If you have any questions, we can do that now. All right. So I want you to turn everything that we've shared today into a real plan. Before we wrap up, we spoke about those three questions that I want you to ask yourself. Okay? And if you are ready to unlock your mind, if you are ready to create, generate, expand those income streams, you are not doing this alone. As I said, I am here, right here with you. All right. And in the upcoming workshops, we are going to be talking more about this and other areas that we can expand our business. All right. So I want to thank you guys for being here today. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's stay connected. You know where to find me online. Let's stay connected. Let me know, what ideas have you started to generate from this workshop that we'd have done here. All right, tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook. All right, if you've enjoyed this class, and let us know that, hey, they need to be in these workshops. All right, let me know that you got your workbook. Let me see. Can I give an example of making a problem worse and the idea that came as the opposite? Okay. So let's go to my tourism business. So we had a situation where we decided to collaborate, right? Now and I say this to the point where it is important to choose who you collaborate with. We thought it was a fantastic, fantastic, fantastic idea because we were partnering with a company that was around for many years that supposedly should have had everything in place. So we went in thinking, okay, we are going to learn a lot, all right? Now, the problem came when we realized that the company that we partnered with did not have systems. They did not have any form of modern business acumen. They were operating in a very archaic way. And so, especially for me, someone who is more innovative, it was very difficult. Thinking it was a good idea, it made the problem worse because now we basically took on all of their clients, all of their business, and they wanted us to do all of the work while they collected commissions for the work that we did. And what immediately happened is that we became so overworked because we took on like 14 properties all at once, managing them and doing property management, checking in guests, housekeepers, maintenance, all of that. We had to do all of that work. And instead of making what we thought was going to be dollar signs, it was always mentally stressed out, physically tired, too much work. And so that idea ended up being a bad idea. But as I say, everything is an experience. And so coming out of that bad idea, we learned by force what we should do, what we should not do as a tourism business. Everything that they were doing was what we should not be doing, like spreadsheets, manual spreadsheets, statements, invoicing manually, not having an updated website, right? Everything that they were doing was what we should not be doing. And so the idea was the opposite. So you see the exact thing that I'm talking about. We had to literally do the opposite. And so that's how we came out unscathed. That's how we came out on the other side of this, by learning from those mistakes and learning from those problems, not what to do for our business moving forward. All right. So that was a really very real example. All right. So thank you. And that came about as collaboration, but in your own business, sometimes we make bad decisions that make a problem worse than it needs to be. And so when you get those challenges, you say, okay, this is what I cannot do. You see it with clients, maybe in your job, like I know what not to do for my employees because of what I experience in my day job. I know what not to do, so take those ideas and move it into your new business, all right? So thank you guys for being here. If we have no more questions, I want you to enjoy the rest of your holiday. Take some time off. I'm about to probably go to the beach to like get rid of this cold a bit more. Yes, hi Ria.
Hi,
Yes,
sorry about that. Hi, I'm working while I'm listening to this. Um, is this gonna be immediately available on YouTube just after?
yes, it's supposed to be immediately available. I did not turn off the streaming, so it's supposed to be immediately available. If not, as soon as I get off here, I'm going to upload it to YouTube. So it's going to be immediately available.
Okay, great. Thanks, Kelisha. You've
You're
given me
welcome. Did everyone get the
some
workbook?
ideas. Thanks.
I put it there again so you could get the workbook, all right? So you guys can message me. All right, so Kizzy is saying, can you give practical examples of systems, how I remain consistent while running a family business? Okay, so my systems are very practical, like very, very practical. I have a few things that I do. First off, I write everything down. I write everything down. So if you look at my notebook, this notebook has like so many, like if you see like writing, I write a whole lot of things that I need to get done. That is what I do when I get here in the morning. First off, have times that you work, I Since I've started working for myself, I get here by 8 o'clock, 8:10 latest, and I leave here at 4, sometimes 5, 6. I maintain my work hours, right? So for you, maintain work hours, whatever work hour that is. When you get to work, write down what you have to get done, right? Sometimes I have a whole list. I don't get through all of them most times. Practical step. I use this timer to keep me on track. So this timer has different time slots. And so I use the timer according to the things that I have to get done. I got this on Amazon. If you are on my storefront, you would see this. Thank you for the purchase. So when you put on the timer, it counts down. If I turn it to 10 minutes, it's going to change to 10 minutes and I have a countdown. And then it goes to, it alarms when it's done, all right? And you have to also use this very practically. You would not want to write an entire blog on 5 minutes. No, right? So you set the timer to the time that you need. Another practical thing that I do, I use my Google Drive a lot because you don't want to start a system or start a process and not have it recording. I love Google Drive because everything that I do, I create a workbook or a worksheet or a spreadsheet or a Google Doc, and it records what I do in real time. All right. So utilize Google Drive. All right. For me, I am now, well, I have always kind of been front facing, meaning that I have a lot of meetings, recordings. For me, there are some programs that I decide to pay for instead of using the free version, all right? And I'm talking about being practical still, right? It's not practical for me to have a free version of, let's say, Zoom, for instance, because for me, I know that I share a lot with my community. All right. I'm not able to do a lot of things on the free version of Zoom. And so that is an investment for me because of where I want to go with my community. All right. Practical. All right. So I want you to think about that. It may not be practical for you at this time, but if according to where you are going, it may be practical for you to pay for certain tools that would help you to move your business forward better. All right. Now, being the family business, I most times don't know when to cut off. And so today's a holiday. I made sure and I told my husband, listen, I have this class with you all today. He knows that I am here. And so they will do what they have to do until I return. But communication with the family is key. Communication with the family is key. And running the family business, don't think of it as, yeah, the family business. You are as important as any corporation that is out there. And so have those weekly meetings with your family. Get whoever is in the family business, get them into a meeting, what day you choose. I could be Monday morning, could be Wednesday, could be Friday afternoon. Make sure that you have a week-long plan on the things that you need to get done. Have you achieved them? What are you going to do to help solve any challenge or move anything forward? All right, Kizzy, so I hope that those few tips helped. All right, Tonya is saying her problem is not so much comfort, but more the security of a day job. I totally understand. She's been trying to stagger her revenue from the business to determine whether it's feasible. Do that as much as you need to. I would not and do not recommend leaving your day job, your job for going to business full-time unless you have a security fund, a certain amount of money built up so it can take you over the months that you are building the business. Now, definitely when you go into your business full-time, if you decide that this is what you want to do full-time, for me, I knew that my family business, I needed to give it more attention. And plus my day job was just stressing me the hell out. So I decided to leave, but I did have a security fund built up. That's one of the perks of working for the government. They give you something called gratuity, which I don't know where it comes from, but it helped me to have that to pay bills while I was building. Now that security fund can go so quickly. And that's why I'm saying, make sure you have enough saved before you make that decision. All right. And that would be my advice for you. Make sure that you have a fund and ensure, your business may not pick up immediately, but give yourself 6 months in order to do so if you do decide that's the route that you want to go, right? What safety nets have I put in place to make the transition from comfortable job gives me security? Yeah, so I just explained that a little bit. Make sure that you have some money put aside. And, sometimes when your back is against the wall, there's no choice. That comfort, it's removing that comfort zone. It will not be easy. Many times you would want to give up. Within my first month, 2 months, I did want to give up. I thought hard about calling my job and saying, hey, not that I made a mistake, but do you all need me like in any capacity, whatever. I was really thinking about that, going back and, how comfortable it could be for me. And I was like, no, no company can buy me, if that makes any sense. All right. I knew that whatever the skills and talents that I had, that I was putting so much into that company, if we put a fraction of it into our own business, you are going to see how your business grows. Those of you who were not here in the beginning, like as I told you, I had zero work in January. Now in September, I have 15 contracts. 15. I don't have the file with me. As I said, I have receipts. I have 15 contracts that are on a 3-year rotation that has replaced, all of those 15 has replaced my income. And now, just as I said in the beginning, I'm looking to double my income. So I have to think of ways, okay, how am I going to double it without stressing, without working? I don't have to work hard. The most times that I have to kind of do work is at the end of the month when I have to invoice them. And that whole preparation of invoicing, that's when I have to do work. So that's maybe 1-2 days that I really have a lot of work to get done. Everything else rolls on rotation. And that's why I spoke about that recurring income, recurring revenue. Anything that you're doing, I would highly suggest that you look at recurring revenue as a part of that stream so that you do not have to work hard. All right, you don't have to work hard. I wish you could see me this time last year. My hair was falling out. My skin was a mess. I looked tired and haggard. These days, I'm really trying to put more work into my appearance because, you know, you don't want to continue looking how you feel, right? You have to put some effort, and you would see by just improving your appearance, improving the way that you do things with excellence, with skill, with class, that people, corporations take you seriously. One thing that I suggest is trying to work with corporations instead of individuals, because that's where the money is. That's where your less work is. That's where they take you for your skill and you provide the quality product or service. It sets you apart, takes you away from the rat race, takes you away from that hard work. See how in all of these ideas that we are generating today, how you can work with corporations, not individuals, right, who would stress you out. Take my advice, okay? Those 15 contracts that I have, they are from corporations where the money is secure, where the money is sure, okay? So, right, so let me look in the chat again. Kizzy, I hope that, and you said safety nets put in place. Listen, I don't have a safety net. Well, you said that in the context of transitioning. So I said having that amount that you save, that is a safety net, right? So yes, so we addressed that. All right. What are the benefits of having a, listen, because see that question is a whole, it's a whole, I did a whole workshop on that before. Do I have the replay? I could probably send the replay to you. What are the benefits of having a US registered business over local? That is a whole, like, listen, the benefits, let's just say the benefits outweigh the challenges. 100% benefit. 100% benefit. You are coming from a country where you are going to be not having to pay taxes, right, as US people do. You are going to not have to do that, and be in a whole different bracket and enjoy the benefits of having earning US dollars when people in Trinidad and Tobago cannot even get US dollars. You are going to have that at your disposal. And working with US companies, it is so divine. All right. I don't know about UK companies. I don't know about Canadian companies. I don't know about those, but I know working with US companies is very divine. They are very appreciative and they pay you your worth. You just have to ask for it. You just have to ask for it. So all in the ideas that you are generating, right? Think about also how you remember we talk about diversification, how you could provide that in another country. I can give you the steps to generating your creating your US business. If you follow me, if you go on YouTube, I have an entire introduction video on how I was able to start my business. That business I run like today, and that's a business that I'm generating US dollars from that has replaced my income. All right. Should we do this to go of starting a business? I would say it depends. It depends. You can have your local business be a majority shareholder in the US-based business. And so that immediately gives you diversification, right? And that in itself has some like major benefits that I would not share on this on this live, but it has some major benefits in doing that. Or you could create a new business, start afresh, right? It all depends on what it is you want to do. Cassia says it's so motivating and confirming. Yes, yes, I know where your head is at. Yes, exactly. How can we establish a strong mentorship program for women in Trinidad and Tobago? Hey, you just have to, someone has to start it. Someone has to start it. I am very, let me see if I could choose the correct word, cautious in developing a mentorship program. I would love to have one. And it has been an idea of mine to do it, but I need to do it in a certain way. And that's something that I'm thinking about. But mentorship is so important. There are, in the planning of my brunch, there are so many women that I come across that don't actually make it to the brunch stage as a panelist that would be excellent mentors for our women. And it's something that I've been working on to get those women available for people like us who need to know how they did it. And so that's something I'm working on. So stay tuned maybe for that, but that's something I'm working on. Yes, thank you. Yes, I love to share. Kizzy, if you know anything about me, I love sharing. If you ask me a question, I'm going to give you the answer as authentically as I can. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to get it for you. But I love, love, love sharing. Yes, so many mindset shifts. Yes, some people don't like to share. And I would say, what can you do? All right. It serves no purpose not sharing. It serves no purpose hogging information. Like, I mean, if you have the information, just share it. It's like a law. It's a law. The more you give, the more you receive, and I've seen that happen. I don't gatekeep. If you ask me a question, as long as I can, I give you the answer. I share my real experience. If you ask me any question on any topic in my life, I can share from my experience, and it only helps to help someone else, So yes, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, thank you guys so much for for taking your time today. Go over to YouTube. We should have this as a replay. I'm going to check myself as I get off here. And this is a workbook again for those of you who need to get it. And enjoy the rest of your holiday. I'm going to try to enjoy mine. Going to probably head to the beach. It's a beautiful sunny day. Get some sun. Get some sun on your skin, take some fresh air, stand up outside, touch the grass, call someone, tell them you love them, say hi on this holiday today, all right? So thank you so much for sharing your time with me today, and sign up for the next workshop. It's going to be great as well. I have some more workshops coming up for you guys. I'm just trying to finalize the dates and the times. Follow the website. It's going to show you all of the updates for the workshops that we have coming up, as well as our social media page. And so thank you guys. Enjoy your holiday. Yes, yes, I am in Tobago. Thank you, Cassia. Yes, Ruth, I'm in Tobago. I am at home. My son is doing very, very well, better than I expected. And I'm so grateful for that. So now I just got to make some money to fund that. All right. So